Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Divine Love, Light, and Purpose. I'm Rosalind Casavery. So I'm back on here today. I did a video last night and it got cut off. Okay, about the last 5 minutes of it was cut off. So I was reading John. So what I'm gonna do is just pick back up and finish John. Just go back and look at the last video, guys. So I'm just gonna pick up, do a little quick little video. So if you're new to my channel, thank you, welcome. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and share, guys, and comment. You know, down in the comment box. Okay. So anyway, so this is my channel, Divine Love, Light, and Purpose, where we allow God's love to fill us, His divine light to shine from within us as we pursue our divine purpose. Okay? So I was talking about how love and forgiveness intertwines with our purpose. Okay? It helps us to be successful. Okay? So anyway, so I was reading John, First John, chapter 3. So my last video cut off when I was getting, I think I had started reading John, but I'm just gonna read it again. So if it's just a repeat, it's just gonna be a repeat. So I think I started at 9. Okay, so First John 3, verse starting at verse 9. So it says, "No one who is born of God will continue to sin because God's seed remains in him. He cannot go on sinning because he has been born of God. This is how we know who the children of God are and who the children of the devil are. Anyone who does not do what is right is not a child of God, nor is anyone who does not love his brother." Okay? We can't go on in this world and say we love God and don't love our brother. Okay? Hold grudge against our brother or neighbor or whoever it may be. Okay? And it also stunts our growth. All right? So, still in chapter 3, going down to verse 11, which is basically talking about loving one another. So, this is the message you heard from the beginning. We should love one another. Do not be like Cain, who belonged to the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Murder him? Because his own actions were evil and his brothers were righteous. Do not be surprised, my brothers, if the world hates you. Yes. I think I'm going to stop right there because it goes on to talk about material possessions. We can't put a material item or anything material, superficial, before a human being, okay? Because first of all, nothing lasts. No material always lasts. We can't take it with us. But love is forever, okay? Love is forever. Love can do things that no material object can do. All right. So I'm gonna jump down to still in First John, jumping down to chapter 4, talking about test the spirits. Okay. So it said, "Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. This is how you can recognize the spirit of God. Every spirit that acknowledges that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, but every spirit that does not acknowledge Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard is coming, and even now is already in the world." So, guys, the Antichrist has already been in the world, which the Antichrist is basically hate. Okay? Because God is love, God created us in love. We are love. So, anything that is the opposite of that and goes against that is the Antichrist. Okay? So, it's already been here. It's not what we think it looks like. It's not a necessarily a beast with 666 written on his forehead. Okay? It's hate. And that's been ruling this world. Okay? Cruelty, evil, wickedness. Anything that is the opposite of love is basically the Antichrist. You're against God. You're against Jesus. Yes. Okay. So keep going. Let's see. Yeah. Then I'm going ahead. Verse 4. "You dear children are from God and have overcome them, because the one who's in you is greater than the one who is in the world." They are from the world and therefore speak from the viewpoint of the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God, and whoever knows God listens to us. But whoever is not from God does not listen to us. This is how we recognize the spirit of truth and the spirit of falsehood. Some people you can't help, guys. Some people you're not gonna be able. I don't care how much love, how kind you are, how much you try to encourage people to think, love themselves, and think better of themselves, and not be negative. Some people just gonna be negative because it's their spirit, it's their disposition. They're gonna be negative. Okay, you can't help that. And some of them get upset because you're trying to, encourage them, give them a different viewpoint. Some people just gonna be stuck in their negative disposition and perception. It just is what it is. Okay, especially if they don't have a spiritual connection with God. Everybody's on their own journey. Okay, and you have to decide that you want to elevate. Okay, you want to rise above all the low things of the world, and the negative things of the world, and your past. Okay, not everybody you can help, because not everybody won't help. Okay, so then I'm going to drop down to verse 7, still in chapter 4, 1 John. God's love and ours. Okay, dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. However, does not love, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Okay, and I'm going to read verse 9. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into this world that we might live through him. This is love, not that we love God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. Verse 11, dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. Guys, if we be more kind and loving towards each other, no strife, no grudges, no competition, comparison. I've never had the spirit of comparison, competition. So when I come across somebody like that, it really kind of irritates me. So especially when I'm trying to encourage them, be loving, kind, and patient with them, it really irritates me. So like, dude, that energy you could be using on working on yourself, loving yourself, and not putting yourself in the headspace of being competitive and comparing yourself to somebody else. Because there's only be one you. There can only be one me. Okay, so don't do that. You're making yourself suffer. Okay, because you'll never be somebody else, and you probably can't walk in the shoes. No way. Okay, but just because somebody has the grace and glory of God over them or on them, and light shining from within them, God makes it looks easy. You don't look like what you've been through. So people look like, you got it easy because you don't look like what you're going through or what you've been through. And you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what people could be going through. And you really don't want that. Okay? So don't ever say you want somebody else's life or be like somebody else. You don't know what kind of cross they're carrying. Okay? And let me tell you something. Love is a cross to bear. Yeah. Love is my cross to bear. Okay? Because it's hard to love difficult people and people that abuse and misuse and all kind of stuff. We're living in the Revelations, guys. We're living in that. And that's time. That's what John is talking about. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to jump down to verse 15. And then it's going to be my last verse. Okay. So I'm still in 1 John chapter 4, and I'm going to verse 15. If anyone acknowledges that Jesus is the Son of God, God lives in him and he in God. And so we know and rely on the love of God, on the love God has for us. God is love. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in him. In this way, love is made complete among us, so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. Because in this world, we are like Him. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. Because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. And I had to be honest, I've had a hard time understanding fear and love. Because, being African American in this country, you love, but then we fear at the same time. So I don't know. It's kind of it's like fear and love. So I guess if you love something, you can't fear that something is gonna happen. Because first of all, we give our loved ones to God, which they don't belong to us anyway. Specifically, our children. That takes away the fear. Okay. And I know in this country, mothers, African American mothers, have been traumatized with everything that's going on over the past, I would say 10 years actually, past 10 years. So you kind of wonder, how do you get from fear to just total love? And how does that even, how does the two even coincide or not? How do you separate? Hmm. I'm gonna get a conclusion on that one. So we have so much love for God and for ourselves and for our family. We should fear not, for He is with us. Okay, and that's the whole point, because God is love. And God is, if we have love, God is in us and with us. So we should not fear. I just had a aha moment. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So verse 19. We love because He first loved us. If anyone says, I love God, yet hates his brother, he is a liar. For anyone who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. And he has given us the command, and he has given us this command: whoever loves God must also love his brother. Okay. So, we come across a lot of people who are religious or whatever, say they're Christians or whatever, and at the same time, they hate people of different skin color or different religion or a different group or a different political stand. When you say you love God and you're a Christian, but you hate people that are different from you, you're lying. It just is what it is. Okay? You want to see the face of God. That's my motto. You want to see the face of God, because God is love, and you can't step in front of God with hate. Even if it's the last minute, your last breath, when you come to that acknowledgement that you have to love everybody and that you want to love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go in front of God with hate in your heart and resentment and strife and unforgiveness. Okay? So love is key. Forgiveness is the key to love, which both of those, love and forgiveness, hope and faith, but above all that, love, of course, is the one commandment God gave us, is to love one another with boundaries. We have to have boundaries, because everybody's not. It's a lot of spirits out here, so everybody you can't love. Some, a lot of people can't even accept love. They just so angry and full of bitterness and pain and hurt and just unhealed wounds that you're just not going to be able. And a lot of them can't even see themselves. But that's between them and God to give. You have to pray for God to give people wisdom and the eyes to see. But you have to agree, be ready, be available to allow God to enlighten you. Okay? So we all are work in progress. I'm still growing, still elevating, still getting closer and closer. Relationship, spiritual relationship with the Creator, with our Father, Heavenly Father, and the Holy Spirit. So anyway, that was the last video for today, guys. So this is just a pick up from yesterday's video, because it got cut off. Sorry about that, guys. I was talking for another 5-10 minutes probably, and I wasn't recording. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. Divine Love, Light, and Purpose. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share, guys. And please leave some comments. Give me some ideas about my next video. Answer any questions you guys may have. Okay? Have a good rest of your Wednesday and rest of the week.